13-year-old Cameron Pratt. Cameron is described by teachers at his school as charismatic, a total charmer. They say that with the right guidance, he can tap into his full potential. Meet 14-year-old Nicole Renault. Her family calls her Melody. She's a star dancer, loves the performing arts, very self-motivated, and hopes to one day become a nurse. Now meet 15-year-old Ahmad Banks. This handsome young man is the notorious favorite in all his classes. He's very loving, affectionate, a bit shy, and loves to sing. All three teens are a part of the 2016 graduating class of Stella Maris School. Like all other graduates this season, students and parents alike are full of excitement.
I graduated this night and 8 o'clock on Wednesday night this evening. And I also have a gown and cap and thing. And I have my tools and dress.
It has been a tedious, long, a lot of patience, a lot of talking, but eventually we're here. Tears, happiness, you know, you name it, we've been there.
Yeah, it was very, very, very challenging, trying some, you know, I'm glad that he's graduating. I give God thanks for that.
All three students have been diagnosed with different impairments. Nicole is hearing impaired, Cameron has a developmental disorder, and Ahmad is autistic. All their parents, and of course the school, have been preparing them for this big day. Interestingly, all three at one point in time tried attending what their parents called normal schools, but their experiences ultimately led them back to Stella Maris.
I think I was in denial. Yeah. I was in denial, and so she got placed there. And then when she came and said, Mom, you know, I want to be a nurse. When I grew up and volunteer as a firewoman, I said, really? Is that really what you want to do? Right? And so I said, okay, well, I don't see how we could get that done at Stella Maris School. Mm-hmm. So I moved her from Stella Maris and we went to Grace Primary. Mm-hmm. I was not working, and so I devoted all my time, you know, going to school. I would be in the classroom with her, you know, helping, because, you know, teachers have like 35 other children to deal with in the government school. And so I don't know, at that time, I didn't know that there was a problem, you know, for the school and the teacher, you know. And so the principal kept telling me, you need to find somewhere else for her, because it's not fair for the teacher is not equipped to handle a child that is hard of hearing. Okay. So you need to find somewhere, maybe a smaller classroom setting where the teacher would be able to interact on a one-on-one basis with your child.
Ahmad's mother, Delverine Lamy, met a preschool principal at a seminar about children with special needs who wanted to work with her son.
They had some principals of different preschool that was doing the seminar as well. And right away, Mrs. Smith from CDC at that time, that's Martin's preschool, but it's something like that. She said, okay. He said, I will take Ahmad. I said, why? He said, because I can work with him. He said, because most autistic children, you cannot get them to sit still for a long period. And if you notice, so she said, okay, I could get him, if we get him to sit. He has been sitting there for more than an hour. He does sometimes eye-to-eye contact. You talk to him and he hears, and maybe not all the time right away he would go and do what you ask him to do, but he does it, so he understands well. So she said, okay, we could put him in a normal preschool and then monitor him and evaluate him from there. They notice his behavior, and then they tell me to take him to special ed unit so they could do an evaluation on him. And when they did the evaluation, then they said that he will have to get enrolled into Stella Maris because of the qualities that he has.
For Cameron's mother, Tara Lee Burgess, their experience started in their hometown in PG. But in order for Cameron to get the education she wanted, they had to move to Belize.
He was going to the Methodist school down there, and while he was there, they had him on probation because He couldn't sit. Was very, very, very hyper. I couldn't left him anywhere. Whenever I get a job, nobody wanted to help me take care of him because he was too active. I was getting in trouble, doing things that is not okay. That's how I moved up here. You know, I moved like 6 years ago. And I went through NARC because I had to go through NARC. They had to do their own evaluation so that we could get him in Stella Maris so he could get some help.
Stella Maris is a government school. It started in 1958 specifically as a school for children with physical disabilities and now educates children with all special needs. It is in fact the only school in the entire country that offers an education to a general population of children with special needs. Joy Westby is the outgoing principal of the school. She's retiring after working at the school for the past 32 years, and for the past 15, she's been in the administration.
Because of the limitations that our students have, and they progress slower than the normal child, then we would have them 2 years within a classroom. If we see progress, then we move them up. And therefore, based on this, graduations are held every 2 years.
What happens to children after Stella Maris?
We have like 5% of students who would take the the PSC and advance to high school. And then you have students in those categories who would go to the skills programs. And then you have students who would just have to transition home.
This year, though, there is reason to celebrate, as 18 of the 19 graduates are transitioning to another institution.
We have Nazarene High School, and ACC. You have the YWCA, the Skills School on Magazine Road, and now coming on stream is also Gateway.
Cameron and Nicole have both secured placements. Cameron moves on to the Ranger School at the House of Shada Khan, while Nicole moves on to Nazarene High School.
He could go to a regular high school, but we are not, our country is not equipped where they get somebody to read it out the exams and sit and read to him, and then when exam they read it out to him, you know.
The fact that he got an education up to in Stella Maris is an accomplishment, and he'll be graduating.
Very, very, yes, very, very good.
And you must feel very proud about it.
Oh, I feel good. I said, thank you, Jesus. Finally coming out. It is very scary, you know, because I cannot put him in any school out there. I have to find somewhere to put him for the next 2 years because I want him to go to IT vet, because he said he wanted to do cooking. And IT vet is 16 up, and he's almost 14, so I need to put him somewhere for the next 2 years. You know, that would just help him until he reaches the stage to go to IT vet.
You know, I'm doing my homework. I talk with the teachers, and so they gave me that assurance that because they have an interpreter, the interpreter will be with them from the time school starts till the time school finish. So that interpreter will be with them during that time. Unless they want to use the bathroom, then of course, you know. But so that kind of rests me a little bit easier to know that, you know, there will be someone alongside them.
As for Ahmad, his graduation marks the end of his formal education, as currently there are no schools or institutions that can accommodate his special needs.
I know that he doesn't have any other skills, so I personally just have myself set to, okay, at least he achieved this accomplishment by completing Stella Maris. Yeah. And I know there's nowhere for him to turn or go from there because he didn't learn any other skills. And I don't have anywhere else to send him or put him, so I know already well he has to keep going to the sitter like normal, stay there until I come from work, pick him up and come home.
I just wish that something was in place instead of just transitioning home, like, because when I have our PTAs, it's not that I'm trying to pounce on parents or anything, but I say, what will happen to your child after you are gone? You know, but sometimes it's out of parents' hands. What is there?
Hence, this year's graduation theme: embrace our abilities as we move forward. A plea, not just from the school or parents, but from children as they celebrate this milestone.
One more life to live, so you better make up